What's your take on what that's going to mean for air travel and, of course, for the companies?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So we're very concerned, obviously, about the states in question, particularly Florida and Texas, since they were seeing, such a nice recovery. And in Florida, specifically with Orlando, Universal and SeaWorld opened a couple of weeks ago, and they were seeing some of a recovery. And obviously, we're concerned about Disney World and what they're doing because they're supposed to open mid-July. So we're watching those. Obviously, the 600,000 plus people that traveled on Monday was well ahead, as we talked last time, of the 400,000 we were forecasting by August. But with this new, continuation, I guess, of this wave is concerning. We're watching hospitalizations more than we're watching the actual number of tests, because presumably testing is up. And so you would get more positive cases, but hospitalizations are really what is driving, I think, people's concern right now.
Yeah, and the positive rate of those tests is quite high. I mean, Arizona over 20%, which does indicate a spread. But how are you viewing the industry overall at this point? Hobbled as it is, the 600,000 number, certainly a positive, Helane. But as we head into the rest of the summer, July 4th, a typical travel weekend, and into the fall, are they going to need more money? Are they going to expand in terms of capacity, or are they going to kind of stay where they are?
Okay, I think those are a lot of questions. So first of all, I think they're going to mostly stay where they are. I know. Delta's adding 1,000 flights next month, and then adding 1,000 flights again in August, and then probably stay put. I think most of the airlines will not grow much past the numbers they have in place for August, because I think after Labor Day, without business travel coming back, demand is going to be very concerning, especially if schools reopen. That's like a whole nother can of worms. Do schools reopen? Do people get back to work? Will business travel recover? And on and on. And, you and I could spend an hour talking about this. And so we're definitely worried about what happens after Labor Day specifically, because usually things fall off anyway. And, obviously we're looking at the numbers. Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday are your peak days every week. Tuesday and Wednesday are always weekdays. And then we're looking at 4th of July, because, it will be important for travelers to feel comfortable traveling next weekend and, going out to some of those places, mountain states, the desert, golf vacations, and so on. And so I think that if the summer, the industry is trying to salvage the summer. And without summer traffic, it's going to be really concerning going into the winter months. Now, that said, we said last Friday the industry had raised $46.5 billion in the U.S., not including the CARES Act. And then this week you saw Alaska Air, an American in the market with deals. American raised $3.5 billion last night in a debt deal, and then they had raised another $2 billion earlier in the week in a convert and an equity offering, which you had actually asked me about a couple of weeks ago when I was here last. Did I think they should sell equity? And so I think from a liquidity perspective, we'll be okay going into the fourth quarter and the first quarter. But if there's a second or third wave and people are really reluctant to travel, we obviously will be very worried about the industry in 2021. And maybe not so much in the U.S. And by the way, I don't think the government will be willing to give more money to the U.S. airlines. I think they're going to have to figure out a way to continue raising capital and improve liquidity on their own. The airlines that we'd really be worried about are the European airlines, because they make most of their money, in the summer. And without a summer, there will be more bankruptcies in Europe, I think.